All right, y'all, good morning. We are here in the pool house, and today we are going to be prepping and installing shiplap on the fireplace. There are a few things that we have to do to get ready before we start putting the shiplap on. I'll show you. Which we got the fireplace insert, which is just going to be gas logs. We got to come in, put a little framing right here. We were going to inset the TV, but I think the homeowner has chosen, we're going to use the Samsung Art, looks like a painting TV. So we just need a flush mount option. We'll just go ahead and re-stud that up. And we will have a mantle on here. And I think with that TV, it has a external brain box. I think we're going to take it and build a mantle and then make it hingeable, and that way you could access the brains of the TV. So stay tuned, we'll see how it works. So here is the shiplap. It is a 1x8 shiplap, primed, but we are going to paint it black. So we've got one coat on, I don't know, about a 24, 25 pieces. Should be enough to do the fireplace. We're getting ready, got the dust collection hooked up. Grant's putting the old Diablo on the chop saw. Got the air filter and a huge dust vacuum that we got hooked up down into the basement. The first thing we did was use some composite shims underneath the front of the fireplace to get it true, level, plumb. Floor was out just a little bit. I didn't frame it, so always check your framing if you're going behind somebody. We're basically going to center the fireplace, and we're going to build a surround. It goes around right here. That way we can just, we'll build it in one piece, use a couple screws to screw it on there, and if we ever need to access the fireplace for any reason, we can just take this trim off and pull the fireplace out. The fireplace had a couple tabs, top and bottom on each side, to pull out. I'm just going to use an 1.5" GRK lathing head fastener. Yeah, go.
Did it move?
It felt like it.
Yeah, it's probably the shoulder grill.
All right, I think I have got a plan together. We added a few tube floors here. We are going to make a box. Going to have sides, top, and a back on it. We will build it and just slide it into this recessed hole right here. We are going to run electricity, and we're going to run just a chase, and then we will have a low voltage box right here. That way we can run the HDMI cord and the power cord out and into this little box. I'm just going to take 1x4, and I'm going to mark the sides. We're going to run our shiplap to this line, and then we're going to come back and make basically a casing. We're going to have a 1x4 with about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, just a trim piece on the side, kind of frame it out. And then we will rabbet joint this side, rabbet joint this side. It will sit over the top of the shiplap and also sit on top of the fireplace. That way we can give a little more, we're going to miter the corners, so that'll give us a little more slack if we need it. So I took a 1x and made it into a 3/8 wide lathen strip, went ahead and primed it. And we're gonna insert it or install it right there along the fireplace, and our shiplap will butt right against it. That way when it's got that little indention, all you see is black. You're not gonna see drywall or anything. Hey! Oh, I see them. Oh, there's a big old chunk of mud. I don't know. I'll show what we got. This is where we're gonna start. I picked this particular place to start because I want my shiplap, which is going on this wall, to center over the switch box. I'm not really worried about the receptacles. This is what you're really gonna catch your eye. So I set my laser up where it's splitting the middle of the switch box, laser it over, and that's giving us a start point so that my lines on the fireplace will match up everywhere around the entire room. But here is the little lathen strip to put on. It just gives something that way when you look into the, what'd you call it? Recess? The lap, yeah, the lap itself. You're not gonna see drywall. And this just kind of gives us something to maybe look a little cleaner. I had some drywall nails, so just kind of define it a little bit. And like I said, we are going to miter every corner. I just think it's going to look a little cleaner than putting an outside corner on it. Make it look a little more modern in here. So, which is basically the theme that we got going on. So. So we're basically, I say basically all the time. So we're just gonna leave this height off the floor. We'll probably go ahead and piece the front end, make it tight, that way the trim, but as far as the rest of it, we'll probably just put some pieces in there because the baseboard is actually gonna come up to about right in here. So we'll just leave that bottom part off probably. We may put it on, I don't know. All right, here's our external, I don't know, component box, I guess you can call it. We just got to open end so we can run the HDMI cords, and then we will have a box where we can run power into. Basically just blacked it out. Slide it in there and should be about it. Probably keep it out just a little bit for the thickness of the shiplap. Trick piece. Nice. Very nice. All right, we got a little bit done around the bottom. We'll come tomorrow and fill in those studs and go on up with it. It's gonna take a little extra minute trying to miter all the corners with, you know. It's not like you're just throwing it together and then gonna put some trim on it. So we're just getting the studs put back into this recessed area because it's not going to be recessed anymore, and then we will put a small, like I said, I think it was a a little low voltage box or make our own box or something, just so we can chase a wire back behind the TV and down into that box, and we have electricity into there to power everything. A little tip for when you're measuring, you know, a pretty good long length, instead of measuring from the corner to the corner of your framing, just take a piece. In this case, I got the shiplap, Brent's got one, I got one, and then we'll measure, and that'll be your long to long. You won't have to worry about your short to short. It's harder to cut it upside down. That way you can cut it right side up, miter them both in, and be a lot more accurate. Let's see, 69 3/8 long. All right, it's time to set some scaffolding up, because of course it goes 18 feet tall. So that's going to slow down a little bit since we got a lot of climbing and measuring to do, but I'll give you a little closer look, see what we got on here so far. I think it's going to look cool, man. Put that in. Of course, the mantle's going to cover that hole up, so with the black and the white, it's going to really be a focal point of the room. So can't wait to see it till it's done. We're using just a little bit of silicone on there. I didn't have any like liquid nail or anything, so just a thin coat of silicone just to give it an extra hold on the wood. We started using pin nails at first, and we ended up having to swap to the bigger angled finish nail to make it hold a little better. I was afraid that over time it would move and actually pull loose of the nail, so we started using bigger nail and a little bit of silicone. Silicone to hold like a champ, even though it's not a liquid nail type adhesive, but it'll stick. Share a little ancient Chinese secret I got. Sometimes when you're mitering a corner, instead of over mitering with your chop saw, just grab the flapper wheel. Just kind of hit the back side of the miter a little bit. That way it can be a little, your miter will be a lot sharper, you know, to fit a lot tighter. So it's getting there. We just left these off. I got these kind of numbered because I tried to keep the same board wrap all the way around so we wouldn't have different heights if we did run into that situation. So one board basically wraps one run. So I got these numbered over here so we can fill those in. We're just kind of coming over here and kind of working on this whole corner. That way Brent's not jumping around like a monkey. We got the laser on just to do a check, because if you just stacking, you can get away from yourself and get out of line. But the fireplace, we did use the laser for this purpose because we knew we was going to put shiplap on it and it had to be right. So, but you do need to check from time to time, about every 4 or 5 boards. Just kind of turn it on and make sure you're still, you know, being plumb. Like I said, it can get away really fast. And you don't want that. That wouldn't look good. So at the top, we did not put a full piece of shiplap all the way to the ceiling because we're going to use a 1x6 to kind of wrap it around and just kind of clean it up. So I just took the board 1.5 inches and he's just filling it in, doing as a filler strip just to hold and keep the 1x6 nice and flat on the wall and up against the ceiling. So same thing Brent did around the top, I just did around the bottom. I just put a filler strip in there because we're going to use a 1x8 and do like a baseboard that butts into the fireplace surround, and then just hold my 1x8 flat. Alright, so we have all of the shiplap is in. We've got our filler pieces on the bottom, filler pieces in at the top, and Brent is just rubbing his cock. But he's filling all the nail holes with some black caulking. Like I said, we got the fireplace surround. It's ready to be painted. We'll get it painted today, get it installed maybe hopefully tomorrow, and get started on the hingeable mantle. So I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, so hopefully you can see that up there. We've got a 1x6 trimmed around the top, which just makes it nice and cleaner. And we've got the fireplace mantle, or not the mantle, sorry, the fireplace surround. We kind of got it temporary in there. And we'll come around the bottom with a 1x8. Since the rest of the house will have a 1x8 width baseboard. So we'll just keep that same size around the fireplace. But it looking good. I like it. It looks trick. Alright, so yesterday we were using a little bit of silicone to put behind the wood. I was just going to show you, I glued a little piece to a piece of 1x, just to kind of see how really tough it is. And I didn't even put pin nails or I didn't fasten it at all. It's just sitting on there. I just put a little silicone, stuck it on there. So I'm gonna try to peel it off. That's pretty dang tough. Holy cow. Holy moly. Yeah. Peeled the wood off the back. So definitely adhered it really well. Even though it's just silicone, man, that stuff sticks to everything. So if you run into a bind, you don't have any liquid nail, go with 100% silicone. Get you out of a bind. Alright, so we have sanded the whole entire fireplace. I tried to putty all the holes, get everything caulked in, and I have applied a second coat of Tricorn Black by Sherwin-Williams. It's a oil-based enamel, so you can definitely tell the difference between here and here. I got the front done. All right, y'all, that was it. That was my video on how we installed shiplap onto the fireplace, the 18-foot tall fireplace that we framed up in the pool house. So if you're watching this video and you want to see how we framed up the fireplace, the 18-foot tall fireplace, I'll go ahead and look right here. I'm gonna put a link right here to that video. You can see how we framed it. And of course, this video shows how we put the shiplap on it. And after you get done watching those two videos, I'm gonna have two more. One will be on the fireplace surround, and then the second one will be the hingeable mantle made out of solid maple, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be slick. If you like what we're doing, the stuff we're putting out, hit that subscribe button, please. I would really appreciate it. Then you can hit that little notification button. You will be notified as soon as I upload a video. And drop me a comment. Tell me where you're from. Whatever. I try to answer a lot of comments as long as you're not too negative. But thanks for watching.